Hello. Today we will discuss logos, a word from ancient Greece that has come to mean logic and reasonable proof in argument. As we move through this PowerPoint, let's consider ourselves detectives as we try to find the kinds of support for our work that will persuade our audience to our purpose. Feel free to pause the video at any time if you need to. The purpose of this lesson is to understand the importance of logical support, because for the rest of your lives, most of your writing will have a definite purpose, and a careful selection of support or logos will make a real difference in our writing. The objective of this lesson is to work together to identify different types of proof, appropriate proof. A clear understanding of the importance of the rhetorical triangle is essential to our success as scholars, and logos is the logic and support that makes our main point, our thesis, persuasive. If we consider ourselves as detectives, we recognize our purpose and the information we will need to make our point. What are the differences between these types of information? Remember, there are different kinds of proof and different requirements for different subjects. What will persuade your audience? As we start to write at the university level, the papers we write are going to require a conversation with sources. Sources are our experts in the subject, so we need to introduce and present them, and then respond to them. Responses will be based on our experiences in life. This is how we will join the academic conversation. What kinds of choices do we make when we want to support an argument? There are different types of evidence, and we want to read critically as we search for the best support. Peer-reviewed journals contain documents, research and opinion that have been presented by scholars to other scholars with similar interests. Whenever possible, confine your search. As a scholar, we need to choose our evidence carefully. Making good choices is exceptionally hard when we consider the amount of information available on the web. Consider your audience and the purpose as you make your choices, because appropriate proof in an academic conversation is essential. We are students, and our success depends on our ability to persuade and convince our audience. This is a skill that we will use for the rest of our lives. As we write, we must be careful to present our information in a logical manner that builds to our main point. Our choices and the way we present our information are what will keep our audience reading, because they will want to know what's going to happen next. We need to recognize the difference between a fact and an opinion. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but we must always reference an opinion from an expert. Can you come up with 3 facts and opinion pairs? Check them out with a friend. Logic is a key component to superior work. As we research, we must read with questions in our mind. This is reading critically. We need to ask questions of our sources as we consider adding them to our work. In The Everyday Writer, Andrea Lunsford says, "Reading critically means asking questions about what you are reading. A critical reader does not simply accept what the author says, but analyzes why the text is convincing or not." Can you explain the terms below to a peer? Your ability to explain a term to another person is a reflection of your understanding. If you can't, go back and look at the PowerPoint so you can clarify any questions and take them to your instructor. Please go to the library. The librarians are really helpful. There's a database called Academic OneFile. Doesn't that sound like a good source? Unless you confine your search to peer-reviewed journals, you may end up in a non-scholarly location.